Hello and welcome here today for Matchday 11 of the Premier League here, and these are the official matches we are featuring. Starting first, we have is Liverpool, the most successful team in Great Britain throughout the last 100 years, as the most successful team, taking on another most successful team in Great Britain through the years, is Manchester United, as two former European champions will square off each other here today in this match on Matchday 11. And also the next match will be between Manchester City playing at home at the Etihad Stadium, as they will be taking against Tottenham Hotspur. Let's now get to the first matchup, shall we? We start first at the Etihad Stadium, as it will be Manchester City taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Let's get to the match. We are in the other side of Manchester here today at the Etihad Stadium, as we have Manchester City, and they are taking on here today against Tottenham Hotspur. And Spurs actually did win in their last matchup last week against Arsenal by 4-2. And they only lost one game throughout this whole season so far. They're doing extremely well, and they're only at least 2 points behind Liverpool in the Premier League. And hopefully they win here today to Man City, and hope the other game between Liverpool and Man U goes for a Man United result to make sure that Spurs be fourth at the end of Matchday 11 of the Premier League. These are the official lineups here today at the Etihad Stadium for Man City. We have Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker defence, Laporte, Cancelo, Jude Bellingham. We also have Phil Foden as well, and we have Corella, Benzema and Raheem Sterling for Manchester City. And that is Pep Guardiola's starting 11 for today for the Sky Blues here at Manchester. And now we go to the Tottenham Hotspur team here today, as Spurs start off their team here in the starting 11 for today for Tottenham, as we have goalkeeper Anthony Lopez. In defence we have Emmanuel Royal, Romero, Eric Dyer, Davies, and we've got Kulusevski, Fekir, Højbjerg and Son Heung-min, and also striker Aspas for Tottenham here today. And let's get straight into the matchup here between Spurs and here against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Let's get this match underway, shall we, folks? And we're going to have it stored for us between Spurs and Man City. Let's get to the match right here, right now. This is it. This is the matchup right here, right now. It's Man City versus Spurs. And let's get this match underway right now. Now Aspas on the counter-attack here. Now lost it now to Laporte. And now is Palace Carvera. Now Palace Carvera now to Benzema. Now Benzema on the attack here for Man City here. He's pressed on here now to Corella now. Corella now to Phil Foden. And a save right there for the goalkeeper there, Lopez. Now corner here for Man City. Maybe a chance. Oh, went to the hands of the goalkeeper there for a boot away. The drop kick there for Lopez. And now here's Cancelo. Now Sterling. Now Benzema. Now here's a chance for Man City on their counter-attack. And now Corella now for Man City. Pressed on here on the Spurs defence. And now Benzema's through. He might be 1-0 up. And Spurs have conceded in 13 minutes being played. And Man City are in front. A great goal there for the Sky Blues. And Karim Benzema strikes it and puts Man City in front by 1-0 here at the Etihad Stadium. What a strike for him. And now here's Walker now on the ball back here for Man City now. Now Benzema pressed on here. Now pass it now to Phil Foden. And a save right there from Lopez. Now boots the ball there now away. And now here's Palace Carvera now. Now to Kyle Walker. Now Benzema. Press on. Walker. Oh, there's a chance maybe. Save there from Lopez. That could have been a chance to make it there too. But save there from Anthony Lopez there for Tottenham. And now Kulusevski. Now Cancelo. Phil Foden. Now Romero. And now Fekir, Aspas. Now press on. Shot, save. Now Bellingham. Okay, lost control of the ball there. Now throwing now for Tottenham in this match. Now Song Heung-min. Now to Højbjerg. Now Aspas. And now Fekir. Song. Press on maybe. Oh, Man City clear the ball away. Now is Corella. On the attack here for Man City. Now Corella now to Benzema. Now Benzema have a chance maybe so to make it 2-0. Oh, at the post. Rebounded back here. A goal for Man City. And now it's 2-0. And they've extended their lead over Spurs. And Corella scores. And now Man City are now 2 in front here at the Etihad Stadium. And Tottenham look so defenceless now, they do. They look so vulnerable compared to last week. And now it's 2-0 to Man City. And now here's Højbjerg now. Now to Fekir. Now pressed on here now. Now to Højbjerg. Now here's Fekir now. Now Aspas. Chance of goal! That's a goal back there for Tottenham. They got 1 goal back. Maybe it could be a game. This could be between the two sides. And it's now 2-1 Man City. They got 1 goal back. Maybe 2 potentially, so if they can get another. But it's now still, well, holding on now for 2-1 before half time. Maybe another goal could be scored though at any minute. But at the moment it's now 2-1 there for Man City in the game right here, right now. And that's going to be that half time at the break here to the Etihad Stadium here as Aspas got himself a goal in the game to hopefully get back in this match, but they're still losing the game by 2-1 as it's Man City 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1 at half time here at the Etihad Stadium. And we are back now, second half. Now here's Cancelo. Now here's Sterling. Now Sterling now. Now to Benzema. Look for a third, and they do, and Man City extend their lead for 3-1 in the matchup. A very good goal there from Karim Benzema. And they put themselves, extend their lead now to 3-1 in the match. And the City fans are going wild here. And the Poznan celebration is all on the Man City crowd as Man City extend their lead for 3-1. Now here's Royal, throws it in back. Now to Kulusevski. Kulusevski, now lost now to Phil Foden. Now Phil Foden now press on here. Now Phil Foden, he presses on. Good defending right now. Now it's Romero now. Press on here for Tottenham. Now Spurs now. Press on here now for Kia now for Spurs. Good defending there. Now is John Stones there now to Corella. Now to Jude Bellingham now. Now Jude Bellingham now on the press here, on the attack. Pushed on here to Phil Foden. Foden! Oh, save. And that's now going to be a corner. Corner kick here now is Phil Foden. Cross it into the box, header, and went to the hands there. Lucas quite nicely right there. Boots it away. Now here's Diaz for Man City. Now Corella. Now Corella now. Sterling! Oh, might look for a fourth. That could have been 4-1 Man City right there. But good save there from Anthony Lopez for Spurs. And it's still, well, 3-1 in the game. Corner kick here for Man City, hopefully. Maybe a fourth could happen here. And now it's going to be a corner here for pass short there to Sterling. And Sterling pings it into the box. Now Fekir. Now Kulusevski now. Nice press attack here for Kulusevski. Now Aspas. Aspas is through on the attack here. Now Kulusevski. Oh, maybe a goal back in there for Tottenham, but good save there from Edison. Now Stones. John Stones. Now to Corella now for Man City now. Now Corella now press on here. Very nice there, set and done. Now to Benzema. Looking for a goal maybe here. Shot from Stones and it's gone wide for a... Now Corella now is going to come off. And something should be made right here now for Man City. At injury time. Corella comes off. And now we've got Areras who come on for Man City here. Now it's Edison Royal. Lost the ball now. Throw it now for Tottenham now. Now Royal. Now to Højbjerg. Now Højbjerg now to Fekir. Nice press on here now. Here's Aspas on the attack here. Maybe get 1 goal back, and they do. And they got 1 goal back, but I don't think that's enough though for them to actually get another. But at least they've actually shown a bit of fight though, Tottenham at the end of the game. But I don't think that's going to be enough for them to convince ourselves they're going to get another goal in injury time. It's still 3-2 Man City. The match ends here today. A huge win for Manchester City. Benzema scored 2 goals here today in the matchup. And of course a great goal today for Corella, as the score is 3-2 at the end of the game. It's Man City 3, Spurs 2. Manchester City won here by 3-2 at the Etihad Stadium and held Spurs as the second best on today's match. And now we move on to our second game of Matchday 11, as we have the 2 European, or let's say Champions League winners from the past, Liverpool, and they play Manchester United at the Etihad. Let's get to the matchup. We have 2 greatest teams in the land from the past, the most successful winners of this domestic league, Liverpool and Manchester United, as both here today play here on match day 11 of the Premier League. And we are here at Anfield here today, the most greatest crowds of the whole of this division. In fact, you never walk alone, and hopefully it intimidates the away team, Manchester United, here today. Harry Kane scored 9 goals really this season in the competition's record of 32, and hopefully he can carry on this momentum in this matchup here today if he can get a goal away from home at Anfield here at Liverpool. But Liverpool's lineup today, we have is Ederson in goal, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Eder Mateo, and also we have Robertson. We've got captain Jordan Henderson, Firmino, Dybala and Nunez up front, the front 3, as those 3 will be the front 3 in the matchup here at Anfield here at Liverpool. Okay, for Manchester United, however, in their lineup here today, this is how they start off, the Man United team under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We have in goal today Keylor Navas in goal. We have Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Smalling and Luke Shaw. We have Isco, McTominay, Bruno Fernandes, Jadon Sancho, Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford for Manchester United. And that is big, hopefully, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side if they can get a result here today. And we all know that the current league holders, Manchester United, haven't won any of the big 6 so far this season. But hopefully that can all change here today for United here at Anfield. And let's get to the match as Liverpool versus Manchester United. And here we go. And let's get this contest underway right now between Liverpool and Manchester United. A very big game in the cards. These rivalries go way back in the 70s and the 60s under George Best, the Sir Alex Fergusons, the Kenny Dalglishes, obviously the David Beckhams, the Ryan Giggs, the Gerrards, and many more legends for both sets of teams. And we are here today for this match between Liverpool and Man United. Now, Dybala now. Jordan Henderson, and a shot right there, but saved there from Keylor Navas. A very good start so far there for Liverpool. Now, cross into the box. Alexander-Arnold, good defending there from Wan-Bissaka. And now, good save is out now for a corner here for Liverpool. Another corner for the Reds. Good chance though, I've got to say. But I've got to say, good save from Navas. Not once, but twice to keep that one out. And Klopp looks very, very close to celebrating, but he couldn't, as that was a save there from Navas twice. Another corner from Alexander-Arnold. And there's a Mateo right there. And Mateo could have scored, but save again there for Keylor Navas. And Alexander-Arnold, bounced the ball away there. Now Sancho heads it. Now Bruno Fernandes on the counter-attack here. Now Harry Kane. Now Jadon Sancho. Now Jordan Henderson here. And now here's Bruno Fernandes. Now Rashford. Now Kane. And now, Thiago. And now Henderson. Henderson presses on here. Now Thiago. Thiago's through. Liverpool might be in front. And Liverpool are in front. And scored against Manchester United. And finally Liverpool are in front here. And Man United, of course, have failed to win any games against any of the big 6s so far this season. The only one against one of the average teams so far this season. I wonder why they're 9th in the Premier League as it stands at the moment, because of their poor form at the start of the season. They did pick up a result against Everton their last game, but now it looks like Liverpool are in front, and that's not good there for Man United though, as Liverpool scored by Thiago. Okay, now Man United will start off the kick-off here because it's now 1-0 Liverpool. All the Liverpool crowds are chanting and cheering on there. That's how Man United conceded. Now Wan-Bissaka now. And now here's Darwin Núñez now. Press on here from Darwin Núñez here for Liverpool. Now Darwin Núñez here. Chance for Dybala. Maybe. Good clearance there from Man U. Now here's Henderson now. With the ball here for Liverpool here. Press on here. And now maybe. Now to Pablo Dybala now. Oh, Harry Kane. Oh, could have been own goal there. It could have been. He hit a bit hard there to Navas. Now lost the ball back. Now to Dybala now. Now Wan-Bissaka. Lost it now to Darwin Núñez. Now Roberto Firmino. Now Fabinho there. The save there from Navas. Save there for Keylor Navas right there. That was stopped by him. And I'll boot away there from him here. And now is Pablo Dybala. Now Henderson. Now lost the ball now. Here now to Shaw. Lost control. Now throw now for Liverpool. Now Firmino will throw it in. Now Alexander-Arnold. Now Henderson. Henderson now. Del Thiago. Now Darwin Núñez. And a goal for Núñez. But the flag is made offside. Disallowed goal unfortunately there. That could have been 2. But offside. And that's going to be now a free kick for Man U. Now boot the ball away. Now here's Rashford. Okay, that's going to be now. Okay, that's going to be a free kick here for Liverpool. Now Matip will take it now to Fabinho now. Now Fabinho. Now is Kane. Now Isco. Now to Sancho. Now Rashford. Now Rashford. Now is Mateo now. Henderson. And now it's McTominay. Now Kane. Now Alexander-Arnold. Now is Thiago. Now McTominay. Now Sancho. Okay, won the ball back there for Man U. And now here's now Dybala now. Press on. Now Maguire. Now Kane. Now Rashford. Now Kane. Kane's through. Kane's through. And Man United have got themselves back in it. It's now 1-1 here at Anfield before half time. And Harry Kane scores. And his 10th goal so far this season. And a great ball there to Marcus Rashford to assist Kane. And now it's 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. Man United 1, Liverpool 1. And now here's Darwin Núñez now with the ball here for Liverpool. Skid over there, Isco here. He might outdone here Wan-Bissaka. And now could be a chance maybe here for Núñez to make it 2-1. Oh, good defender from Harry Maguire. What a diving header away there. Clearance there from Maguire. And now Liverpool now. Or Man now defended off away from Liverpool here. Now Rashford now the ball here. Marcus Rashford now press on here for Man U. Now to Harry Kane. Now Kane now for Jadon Sancho. It's now 2-1. And Man United have turned it around. And it's 2-1 to Manchester United. What a goal there from Jadon Sancho. They've changed the result around. It was Liverpool 1, United 0. And now it's Liverpool 1, United 2. 2 goals before half time from Kane and Jadon Sancho. And Liverpool are behind here. And it's now Man United hopefully can get their first win against the Big Six so far this Premier League campaign. But a goal's been scored and Man United are in front. It's 2-1 to Manchester United. Very good goal there, I've got to say. Now it's Darwin Núñez here, the ball here now for Liverpool. Now Darwin Núñez now, good ball. We win the ball away now for Wan-Bissaka. Now here's McTominay now. Now to Bruno Fernandes now, pings it. And now as Mateo wins the ball back here for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold, now Fabinho. Now Jordan Henderson. Now Henderson's now pressed on here to Pablo Dybala. Dybala, a goal! And Liverpool now back in level terms before half-time. What an entertaining before the half-time break. They've been absolutely entertaining throughout the first half. As Liverpool scored, and then Man United scored 2 goals. They were in front, and now Liverpool back in level terms in the game, and they equalised to make it 2-2 in the match before half time. A great goal there from Pablo Dybala, and Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. Very good goal there for Dybala. And now here's Pablo Dybala now to Roberto Firmino. Here's Fabinho now. Here's now Roberto Firmino now. Cross into the box, and that's going to be a corner here for Liverpool. Liverpool, wait a second, the referee has actually given a penalty for Liverpool. What a start in the second half. The ball was deflected off the hand of Bruno Fernandes, and Liverpool have got themselves a penalty. Oh my God, Philippe Coutinho's coming on though, and Darwin Núñez is coming off, but there's a great good scenes here. Liverpool have won themselves a penalty, and Dybala and Liverpool are back in front. It's 3-2 at Anfield, and he's running all the way down to Jurgen Klopp right there to celebrate with him. And Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2. What a contest we have in here, ladies and gentlemen. What a contest. And will never walk alone, and Liverpool are in front here against Manchester United. It's 3-2. It's stars through heaven as Manchester United conceded, and Liverpool are in front, and Jurgen Klopp celebrates like a maniac right there in the touchline. Now it's Roberto Firmino right there. Wow, Luke Shaw wins the ball back here. Nice. Now here's Rashford. Arnold wins it back now for Liverpool. Now Jota. Now maybe Roberto Firmino could be through. Saved there from Keylor Navas. Now boots the ball away there for Manchester United now. Here's now Fabio. Now Fabio now. Here's Jota. Jota now. And now here's Smalling. Now Wan-Bissaka. Now Bruno Fernandes now. Now Thiago. And now here's Sancho. And now here's a chance here now for Jota. Now clearance away right there again. Now Bruno Fernandes here. Now to Rashford. Now Isco. And now Man United's through here. Sancho's through. 1v1. It could be 3-3. It could be. Oh, that could be a chance for 3-all. And now Elanga's now going to come on. And now Roberto Firmino's going to be coming off. And Luis Diaz will come on for Liverpool. So something should be made for Liverpool, in fact, in the game. And also the exact same thing goes for Manchester United also. And the substitutes been made, as we also have Jadon Sancho, the goal scorer from that second goal, is coming off, and Elanga is going to be coming on. Good change there from Solskjaer there for Manchester United. And now crossing there for Bruno Fernandes. Now Smalling! Oh, he could look for a 3-3 there. Could be back in level, but saved there from Alisson. Now Bruno crossed it into the box here. And a save there from Alisson once more there, captures it very nicely. And now throws it now to Robertson. And now here's Thiago. Now Thiago now press on here for Liverpool here. Now here's Coutinho. Coutinho's through here for Liverpool. Could be. And that's great save there. Reach of hands there from Keylor Navas to stop that one. Head away there. Now here's Rashford. Alexander-Arnold. Okay, now it's going to be a throw in here for Manchester United. Now Luke Shaw. And now it's Rashford. And now is Fernandes. Now Fernandes here. Shot. Oh, that could have been. And that's going to be now a corner here for Man U. Now cross in. Now went to the hands. Easy there from Alisson. Now big boot away. And now here's Elanga. Now McTominay. Now Jota. Now Wan-Bissaka. Now Coutinho. Well, cross in. Hit away there from Maguire's a chance. Could be. Oh, save there from Navas. That could have been 4-2 Liverpool. The icing on the cake. Good defending clearance there for Wan-Bissaka here for Manchester United now. Here's Robertson. Now Jota. Now Henderson. Now Thiago. Shot. Saved there now the Keylor Navas. Now puts the ball away there again nicely. And now here's Trent Alexander-Arnold now. And now here's Fabio now here for Liverpool. Now press on. Now Luis Diaz. Handball maybe? No, it's no handball. Now shot for Liverpool maybe. Save there from Navas. And that's going to be a corner here for Liverpool. Now Alexander-Arnold now. Pass it short there to Coutinho. Now clearance away from Elanga. And they're trying to look for a fourth here, Liverpool. Good defending again there from Manchester United. Now Wan-Bissaka. McTominay. And that's that. It is all over here at Anfield here today. And Liverpool won here by 3-2. And Jurgen Klopp is so happy on the touchline. They got themselves a victory over their rivals Manchester United, just only half an hour away from Liverpool. And the game ends here today as it's Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2 here in Anfield. Great result in the bag there for the Reds. And for Man United, however, that was very poor. 3-2. The full time was officially blown here today as it's Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2. A very poor result for Man United, defending champions of the Premier League, as Liverpool got themselves a victory and they held on tightly with that 3-2 lead, all thanks for a penalty goal from Pablo Dybala after half time. And now, let's get now to the game highlights for all the other action and coverage here in the other 7 games in the Premier League for Matchday 11. Good cross from Mason Mount for Chelsea. There was a header came into the box, but a great save there from Schmeichel. And Chelsea got themselves in the lead by a goal from Tammy Abraham to make it 1-0 to the Blues. Nice counter-attack there from Luis Alberto and made it 2-0 to Chelsea in the game as Schmeichel was beaten again and Chelsea lead by 2-0 here at Stamford Bridge. And Leicester got themselves a chance to make it 1 goal back as James Maddison striked it but saved there from Mendy to keep that one out. And however, there was actually a chance for Leicester to make it 1 goal back in the game again, but saved from Benjamin Mendy to keep that one out. Then Chelsea, before the end of the game, almost scored to make it 3-0 but went wide for a goal kick. Another victory for Thomas Tuchel's side. He's done an incredible job since he arrived here at Chelsea, as now Chelsea go top of the league after the result here today against Leicester, all thanks for a goal from Mertens and Abraham to put themselves to win here at Stamford Bridge by 2-0. Brentford got themselves in front from a goal there from Kasper Dolberg, the Danish forward, as Brentford lead by 1-0 at Fratton Park. But it wasn't over for Brentford, as in the 23rd minute of the game, a goal again from Dolberg to score a second goal for Brentford, as Brentford lead by 2-0 at Fratton Park, and Pompey Portsmouth, however, are struggling to score goals. Portsmouth tried their best to get themselves back in the game. It was a shot from McAllister, but saved from David Raya to keep that one out, as Portsmouth did try and get themselves a goal back, but David Raya saved that one, and it was a good save from him. Then, however, it was a nice chance there from Manuel Dennis, 1v1 to the goalkeeper, and he scored, nice and set and done, as a mistake was made right there for the defender there, Ben Mee. And then, however, there was a great goal from Portsmouth, and Manuel Dennis strikes it and puts it home to get 1 goal back here in the game, as it's now 2-1. And the game ends here to that Fratton Park Stadium, as it was a great win for Brentford, however. 3 points to them. For Portsmouth, however, on the other hand, they can't get a result. They haven't won a game ever since the first game of the season against Southampton. And ever since then, they can't get any draw or any win whatsoever. And they are rock bottom with only 3 points so far this season. And the game ends here to that Fratton Park, as it was Portsmouth 1, Brentford 2. However, West Ham United got themselves a chance to get in the game, and they almost did, but a save from Emiliano Martinez to keep that one out, as it's still 0-0. There was a nice chance from West Ham as Lanzini passed the ball there to Tarnio and scored, as the Hammers got themselves in the lead by a goal there from Mikel Tarnio, as West Ham lead by 1-0 here at Villa Park. And the second goal came again from West Ham United, from a great goal there, from a ball there nicely set and done from a shot from Lanzini, to put West Ham United 2 goals up in the game. A beautiful cross it was there from West Ham, from Arnautovic, and then Lanzini strikes it home to put West Ham United 2-0 up in the game here at Villa Park. Great goal from him, and now it is 2-0 West Ham United. And then, however, was a chance for Aston Villa to get back in the game. It was actually a penalty, however, as the ball struck the hand of Cresswell, and now it's a penalty for Aston Villa. Aston Villa finally got themselves a goal, and they did by a goal from Leon Bailey as he chips Lucas Fabianski in the middle to put Aston Villa 1 goal back in the game, and hopefully, just hopefully, they might get back in the whole matchup here at Villa Park from a turnaround, potentially so. There was a sliding tackle there to Kufau right there very recklessly, and the referee gave Trezeguet a red card and send him off after that foul here, as Aston Villa are now down to 10 men. And then, however, West Ham United there from Mikel Arteta, passed ball nice there to Lanzini, and scored to make it 3-1 in the matchup. Very nice goal from West Ham United as they extend their lead by 3 goals to 1, and awkward defending at the back there from Aston Villa, as it was West Ham United, of course, made it 3-1 here at Villa Park. West Ham weren't giving up even more, because West Ham scored another goal. A nice pass there into the bottom corner of the goal to put Aston Villa concede another goal in the match to put West Ham 4-1 up in the match. Very good game for West Ham, and Rafa Benitez's effect has really affected the team after he took over the job after David Moyes. And then, however, West Ham again scored another goal from a header from Mikel Arteta to make it 5-1 for West Ham United. And there was no hope there for Diego Carlos there to try and defend off Mikel Arteta, as he man-beated him in the game, and Western Villa have conceded another goal in the match, as West Ham now 5-1 up in the match in the 90th minute of the game. And the match ends here today as West Ham United scored 5 goals away from home, and that's their best game so far this Premier League season, to score a margin of 5 goals in a football match. As West Ham had a very poor form at the start of the season under David Moyes, they got a new manager in as Rafa Benitez, and he's changed the team quite well in the last 4 or 5 weeks since he took over, as it's Aston Villa 1, West Ham United 5. It took AFC Richmond in the 5th minute of the game to score the first goal of the game, as Colin Hughes puts it into the back of the net, as AFC Richmond lead down in South London by 1-0 against Wolves. A very good ball there from Sam Essania, and Colin scores his 2nd consecutive goal after last week against Brentford, and scores again here this week. And then Sam Essania, however, got himself a pass there to Roaz and extend the lead to make it 2-0 to AFC Richmond. And Ted Lasso's side were very sharp in the early stage of the matchup, and now Richmond made it 2-0 in the game here at Nelson Road here in South London. And however, Wolverhampton Wanderers got themselves back in the game for Morgan Gibbs-White goal as a ball was over the line, and that's 1 goal back for Wolverhampton Wanderers from a goal from Morgan Gibbs-White, as a ball was over the line by Goal Technology and it was allowed, and he beat the goalkeeper, and also he beat the goal, more likely to. And then, however, AFC Richmond got themselves a 3rd goal in the matchup as Roaz scores another to make it 3-1 for AFC Richmond, as Wolverhampton Wanderers were very poor at the back again, and AFC Richmond extend their lead to 3-1. A very good strike there from Roaz, and now it's 3-1 to AFC Richmond. And then, however, Wolverhampton Wanderers press on here, pass it nicely there, and a great goal there for Morgan Gibbs-White. Another goal back in the game for him, and he strikes it home beautifully, and the goalkeeper was beaten, and obviously Morgan Gibbs-White strikes it, and now it's 3-2. And AFC Richmond got themselves and extend their lead again as Danny Rojas scores his hat-trick in the game to put AFC Richmond 4-2 up against Wolves from a full short free kick set piece. Passed it nicely through the penalty box and then striked it from Danny Rojas to put AFC Richmond in front extendedly by 4-2 in the match here at Nelson Road. And the super sub Mo bumper catch scores as he lobbed the goalkeeper Sarr to make AFC Richmond go 5-2 up in the match here at Nelson Road, as Danny Rojas there passed ball nicely there to bumper catch, and he lobbed the goalkeeper over to extend the lead to 5-2 for AFC Richmond. And the match ends here today at Nelson Road Stadium as AFC Richmond, of course, won the match here by 5-2, all thanks from a hat-trick there for Danny Roaz. And AFC Richmond are back in winning ways after their poor spell of results in the last couple of matches. And they're back in winning ways here at Nelson Road, as it's AFC Richmond 5, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2 at the end of the match. And Leeds United got themselves a penalty in the early stage of the match as Greg Taylor failed Rodrigo in the penalty box, and the referee pointed the spot, and Greg Taylor was in big trouble by the referee, as a referee booked him a red card and sent him off in the match in the early stage of the match. And that's disappointing there for Celtic though, as their Rafinha takes the penalty for Leeds and chipped Joe Hart right down the middle of the goal to put Leeds United in front in the matchup. A great goal for the Brazilian, and equalised very nice and smoothly to put Leeds United in front in the match by 1-0. However, it was a nice counter-attack there from Jota there for Celtic, as Edwards pressing on there and scored, as it was a nice goal there from Jota to put Celtic back in the match, as it was 1-0 to Leeds, and now it's 1-1, and a great goal there for him in the game. And then, however, it was actually Celtic though pressed on and made it 2-1 in the matchup, as it was actually Mounier was beaten, and Edwards scores his second goal for Celtic to put themselves 2-1 up in the game after Celtic's poor form so far this season. And pressure's on for Ange Postecoglou to get themselves a result, otherwise he could lose his job as Celtic manager. And however, Celtic pressed on and scored another goal to make it 3-1 in the matchup against Leeds. And that's something though for Celtic to get themselves to 2 goals in the lead against Leeds, and now it's 3-1 to Celtic. And a great goal there from Edward right there to press on. It's now 3-1. There was a huge cross there from Jack Harrison for Leeds, and a nice header from Stiniela to get themselves back in the matchup, and hopefully Leeds could really give Celtic a heck of a match here today at the Celtic home ground. And a great goal there, I've got to say, from Stiniela. It's another goal so far this season for Leeds. And however, in the second half, it was actually a chance though to make it 3-3. And it was a chance to make it 3-3, as a goal from Rodrigo puts in 3-3 in the game and beats Joe Hart. And it's been a great game so far between two sets of teams, as he put the ball through the legs of Joe Hart. And now it's Celtic 3, Leeds 3. And now there was Edouard pressed on though in Leeds' defence right there, and striked it into that bottom corner of the goal and put Celtic in the lead by 4-3 in the matchup. And the green and white stripes march on as Celtic are now back in the lead from a goal there from Edouard in the game. And then Celtic, however, made it 5 as Edouard again scores another goal in the matchup. He's been very sharp throughout the whole match here today, Ottogan Park Stadium, as he scores and strikes it and beats Mounier, and now it's another goal back to make it 5-3 for Celtic. In the last minute of the game, Patrick Bamford scored to get another goal back in the matchup, and hopefully, just hopefully, if they can get another goal to make it 5-5, that'll be great. But Bamford scores this one, and now it's 5-4 for Leeds United. And a great goal right there from Patrick Bamford, and he beats the goalkeeper and strikes it home. And the match ends here today as 4 goals from S1 Edouard. He was a player of the game today. I've got to say, he was so good. He was very sharp in goal, 1v1 situations. And Celtic have got themselves their first victory for the first time since a couple of matches ago when they beat Portsmouth here by 2-0. And they're back in winning ways as it's Celtic 5, Leeds 4. However, Newcastle United in the start of the matchup, they actually scored an early goal in the game as Maximan beat every part of the Southampton defence and scored in the early stage of the matchup in the first minute of the match so far from kick-off, as Maximan equalises and the Geordies are in front here against Southampton at St Mary's. And Newcastle, another goal again as Joe Linton, great knock pass there to Sir Maximan, and he passed to Wilson and tapped it into the goal, and there was a lot of disorganising defending going on for Southampton as Newcastle easily passed their Southampton defence and knocked it in for a second. And now Newcastle, the Magpies, are now 2-0 up here against Southampton at St Mary's. Callum Wilson was very sharp being the Southampton defence once again and found Miron, and then he knocked into an open net to make it 3 for Newcastle. And then Southampton, however, from Shea Adams, passed the ball there to James Ward-Prowse and scored in the first half. A great goal and beat Nick Pope towards that chance, as Southampton have got a goal back in the match here at St Mary's. And it was actually a nice there from Newcastle. They passed the ball to Callum Wilson. Wilson was very open again on the Southampton defence. And now Newcastle made it 4 before half-time, as Almiron passed the ball very nicely there to Wilson and then striked him, beat McCarthy towards it. And now Newcastle are 4-1 up in front in the match. And however, Newcastle, pressed on then to McCarthy again. And then Joe Willock puts it in to make it 5, as Southampton's defence was so open throughout the whole game. And again for Newcastle, they've got another goal of it. And now Newcastle are now 5-1 up here against Southampton. And then, however, there was Southampton got themselves another goal, consolation goal back in the game, and a strike beautifully set and done there from Nathan Redmond, as first goal in the season for Southampton for Redmond, and scores, and he's got 1 goal back in the match to make it 5-2, as Newcastle are 5-2 up in the match so far. And Southampton was open again at defence, and another goal was scored to make it 6-2 to Newcastle. And the Southampton fans, the home supporters, were booing the Southampton defence, and now they've got another goal they've conceded again, as the strugglers Southampton have made it now 6 to Newcastle. And a great win for the Geordies. Eddie Howe's side got themselves a victory out over Ralph Hasenhüttl's Southampton, as Newcastle are back in winning ways after their result from last week, as Newcastle won here by 6-2, and Sir Maximan scored 2 great goals for Newcastle, and so is Almiron, and so is Callum Wilson, and it was actually Southampton 2, Newcastle United 6 here at St Mary's. For the first time this campaign in the Premier League, Everton, the Toffees, finally got themselves in front at home at Goodison Park from a goal though from Dominic Calvert-Lewin to put Everton in the lead by 1-0. A few moments later, Rangers scored a goal to get themselves back in the match from a goal from Ryan Kent, and their lead didn't end well for Everton, as now Rangers are now back in the match. And then in the second half, Rangers got themselves in the lead to make it 2-1 in the matchup. And a great goal right there from Lundstrom to put Rangers, in fact, 2-1 up in the match. And Jordan Pickford was beaten. And now Rangers are now 2-1 up here at Goodison Park. And however, the Rangers got themselves another goal again from John Lundstrom again, as Rangers extend their lead to 3-1 in the matchup at Goodison Park. And the Everton supporters looked very disbelieved themselves that they went from 1-0 up to now 3-1 to Rangers. And it's very disappointing for the Toffees to concede another goal against Rangers here. And then, however, Morelos got himself on the score sheet finally, so as this player has been so good so far for Rangers this season, the Colombian forward, as finally Morelos puts himself a goal in the game to put Rangers, however, 4-1 up in the match here at Goodison Park. And however, Everton, Moapay crossed the ball in there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored his 2nd goal in the matchup, and 2 goals there from Everton. I've got to say, Neil Moapay, great cross from him to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, hopefully can get back in the match. Then, however, it could have been, as Anthony Gordon scored another for Everton. And maybe, just maybe, this could be a comeback for Everton. They want to get some result here at Goodison Park, because every match they played here at home, they've lost every single one of those matches. And maybe they could get something here at Goodison Park here today. And then, however, Rangers, though, from Morelos, though, lost control of the ball. And Lundstrom scored a hat-trick to put Rangers 5-3 up in the match, as Everton's defence was very leaky and poor, and Lundstrom scores, and Pickford unfortunately was beaten, and now it's 5-3 to Rangers. And then, however, the Rangers got themselves to make it 6-3 in the match as Morelos scored another goal and striked it and beat Jordan Pickford. And now Rangers made it 6-3 in the game as he striked it into the roof of the net. And now it's 6-3 to Rangers here at Goodison Park. And a great win there. Hat-trick though for John Lundstrom to score his hat-trick here at Goodison Park Stadium. And Everton, however, was very poor, and they tried to get a result for the first time this season at home, but it wasn't the case, as the game ends here today, and it was Everton 3, Rangers 6. It took Arsenal 4 minutes to get themselves an open goal of the game at the Emirates, and they did that, as Gabriel Jesus made it 1-0 to the Arsenal. And 4 minutes later, Arsenal, however, from Saliba won the ball for the Emmanuel Dennis, and then great pass there from Martin Odegaard, and then Jesus scored his second goal of the matchup to make it 2-0 in a space of 10 minutes in the match, and a great goal again for his second goal here for Arsenal here today to put 2-0 against Watford. It was so quick for Gabriel Jesus to score a hat-trick, and was only 30 minutes played in the game as he made it 3-0 to Arsenal as the Brazilian strikes it to make it 3-0. And Ben White there passed the ball very sharply there to Gabriel Jesus and scores his 4th goal in 20 minutes played in the match. And that was a great goal from him again, as Arsenal scored 4 goals and Jesus scored 4 goals in 20 minutes played in the match. And a very good ball though for Ben White to assist him, and Jesus was unstoppable. And Arsenal scored again from a non-Jesus goal, as it was Wilfried Zaha this time around, made it 5-0 in the 35th minute of the matchup before half-time, as Arsenal were 5-0 up before the half-time break. And a great goal though for the Ivory Coast forward, and he equalises to make Arsenal go 5-0 up. Watford made a very poor mistake from Kabasele as Zaha won the ball against him, and it was 1v1 easy there from Bouchman and scored his second goal of the match to make it 6-0 before the break. It was a very good goal from Wilfried Zaha, as it's now Arsenal 6, Watford 0. And Arsenal again before half-time as Martin Odegaard passed the ball though to Zaha and made it a hat-trick for Zaha. Hat-trick for Jesus and a hat-trick for Wilfried Zaha, and now it's 7 and it's heaven for Arsenal in the match, as Watford are so vulnerable now as it's 7-0 before half-time. However, Adeyemi Igalo got the 1 goal back for Watford, a consolation goal, to make it 7-1 in the match. And the Nigerian forward passed the ball though to Will Hughes, back to him 1-2, and he controlled the ball and striked it and beat Ramsdale, and no clean sheet for Arsenal in this 7-1 thrilling match here at the Emirates. And then, however, Arsenal got themselves an 8th goal, and Zaha scores his 4th goal in the matchup and beats Bouchman again from a little set-piece free kick as Saka passed it nice and sharply there to Zaha, and then Zaha strikes it with 1v1 to the goalkeeper, and the keeper was so poor on that. It's now 8-1 to Arsenal. It could be 10, it could be now. And however, it was actually Smith Rowe passed the ball nice and sharp with Gabriel Jesus, and he scored his 5th goal in the matchup to make it 9-1 before maybe it could be a potential 10 could be happening here for Arsenal, and this could be a record breaking if Arsenal could do the impossible and score the 10th goal in the match, and that'll be Premier League record they do, but now it's 9-1. And now the Premier League record result has been broken as Bukayo Saka makes it 10 for Arsenal. 10 in this matchup. We never ever in Premier League history any football team to score more than 9 goals in a Premier League record, as Saka breaks the Premier League record to make it 10 in the match. It's men versus boys here. Then Arsenal got themselves 11th goal from a goal from number 11. Wilfried Zaha scored 11 in the matchup to make it 11-1 to Arsenal in the matchup. He wears number 11 and he scored the 11th goal, and Arsenal are now 11-1 up here at the Emirates. Premier League record. And I've got to say, Arsenal have broken the Premier League record of a result scored more than 9 goals in a Premier League game. We never ever had a 2-digit result at all in any Premier League game for the last 30 years of Premier League football, as Arsenal were the ones who broke that record, as it's Arsenal 11, Watford 1. The official results for Matchday 11 of the Premier League: AFC Richmond 5, Wolves 2. Arsenal broke the Premier League result record as it was Arsenal 11, Watford 1. Aston Villa 1, West Ham United 5, Celtic 5, Leeds 4. Chelsea 2, Leicester City 0, Everton 3, Rangers 6, Liverpool 3, Manchester United 2, Manchester City 3, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Portsmouth 1, Brentford 2, Southampton 2, Newcastle United 6. The Premier League table as it stands: Chelsea are top with 30 points. In second with Chelsea's points tally is Man City with 30 points. In third we have Arsenal with 27 points. In fourth, into end of the top 4, we have Liverpool with 26 points. In fifth, 5 points behind the top 4, is Spurs with 21 points. In sixth we have Aston Villa with 18 points. In seventh we have Leeds United with 17 points. In eighth, moving up the table, we have AFC Richmond with 16 points. In ninth we have Leicester City with 16 points. And to end off the top half of the table, it's Manchester United with 15 points. In the bottom half of the table, we have Newcastle United in 11th with 15 points. In 12th place, we have Brentford with 14 points. In 13th place, we have Rangers with 13 points. In 14th, we have Wolves with 13 points. In 15th, we have West Ham United with 11 points. In 16th, we have Celtic with 10 points. And in 17th, we have Everton with 9 points. In the relegation zone, we have Watford with 8 points. In 19th, we have Southampton with 7 points. And last place, we have Portsmouth with only 3 points in any game this season. And the fixtures for next week we have is a big match between Leeds and Manchester United, a big rivalry between the two, and also the Old Firm derby between Rangers and Celtic. Finally, about time we have these two teams are going to play each other in the top division of Premier League football in the Old Firm derby between Rangers and Celtic. And the game highlights will have is Newcastle versus AFC Richmond, Leicester City versus Everton, Tottenham versus Southampton, West Ham United versus Arsenal, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. In the West London derby, Brentford versus Chelsea, Watford versus Manchester City, and Wolves versus Portsmouth. And that's all we have time for here today in the Premier League here for Matchday 11. We'll be back for Matchday 12 next week. For myself here today, Gary Lineker, goodbye for now.